Alisson, Thiago Silva and other Premier League stars in Brazil squad as talks continue over quarantine restrictions. Brazil are confident there will be no repeat of the previous international break, when Premier League clubs refused to release their players. Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker and Chelsea defender Thiago Silva are among 8 Premier League players included in the Brazil squad for next month's World Cup qualifiers as talks continue over quarantine regulations that could see them miss games upon their return to England. Under current UK government rules, anyone travelling to a country on the red list is required to quarantine for 10 days upon their return, due to high coronavirus spread in those countries. A number of Premier League clubs refused to release their players for the international break earlier this month, which sparked a row with the national associations that was only resolved following last-ditch talks with FIFA. Brazil traveled to Venezuela and Colombia before hosting Uruguay, with all 4 countries on the red list, meaning the players would have to quarantine for 10 days on their return to the UK unless there is some sort of agreement in place. The Brazil Football Federation's football coordinator Juninho Paulista is confident the Premier League players named in the squad will still be released by their clubs. "We've had several meetings with FIFA, the Premier League and the UK government," said Juninho. "We trust that we'll reach a resolution on this next week." The Premier League club's refusal to let their South American players travel for the internationals earlier this month prompted the Brazilian, Paraguayan, Chilean and Mexican federations to enforce the 5-day rule, a FIFA directive which was designed to protect international teams from unnecessary, club-influenced withdrawals. The complaints were eventually withdrawn a little over 12 hours before the first Premier League match of the weekend following talks between FIFA and the UK government. A FIFA statement at the time said all parties hoped a reasonable solution could be found ahead of the October internationals. The other Premier League players in the squad are Manchester City duo Ederson and Gabriel Jesus, Tottenham fullback Emerson Royal, Liverpool midfielder Fabinho, Manchester United's Fred and Leeds forward Rafinha. Everton forward Richarlison is not included as he continues his recovery from a knee injury suffered in the Premier League win over Burnley earlier this month. Goalkeepers: Alisson, Ederson, Weverton. Defenders: Danilo, Emerson Royal, Alex Sandro, Arana, Militao, Verissimo, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva.